Listen, family, it's time for me to admit it. You're right. It took me far too long to recognize that Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine were essentially the same band with different lead singers. I'm a man of a certain age. I smoked the Bob Marley. But listen, one thing that I was kind of asking myself when that finally dawned upon me is how were they capable of creating such distinct sounds, even though the members are mostly the same? I mean, is it just Cornell and Zach De La Rocha? Hear me out. When I listen to Chris Cornell sing, especially, I listen to Like a Stone, I'll wait for you there. One of the goated choruses of all time, in my estimation. When he's singing the lyrics to the first verse, I see goes going through changes. It's almost like he's not really enunciating. And then with Zach De La Rocha, you are getting enunciation out he's an MC. You can hear every single word super crisp and clear. It's almost if the Rage Against the Machine journey is an outward journey. Let's look out and change things out there. And the Audioslave journey is a journey inward. Let's change things in here. Let's figure out ourselves, right? And so it's like, though the band members are, essentially the same people, besides, kind of one guy, they're doing a very different thing. When I'm listening to Rage, I'm like, yeah, let's go out there and rage against the system. And with Audioslave, it's almost like the music wants me to do some internal work, right? Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. Guys, we're going to get right into it. We're going into Audioslave, Show Me How to Live. This is only going to be the second Audioslave song on this channel, so definitely correspond with me in the comments what we should go into next. Family, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the hype button if that option is available. Without any further ado, we're going to let him cook.
This radio station was named Audioslave in honor of the last American heroes to whom speed means freedom of the soul. The question is not when it's gonna stop, but who is gonna stop them.
That was hard. That was a crazy intro. Yeah, that riff is goated too. I like that. Talk to me. Bro, is this giving you Lenny Kravitz vibes? What are we talking about, buddy? I need to hear that come in again. One more time. Ugh. Ugh. And guys, my bad. That was my 10 o'clock alarm for no reason. Guys, couldn't you hear Zach De La Rocha rapping on that? I mean, you could really imagine it. Telephone in my heart. Guys, a telephone is what you use to connect, what you use to reach out, right? So he's saying, in my heart of hearts, I feel isolated. I feel like there's someone I have to reach out to, right? Guys, I want to hear him open up those lyrics one more time. Pardon me as I go back a little bit too far. I'm gonna let him cook. Couldn't buy an eye full of sleep. Meaning no matter what I do, I just kind of feel this sense of restlessness. I'm hearing you. Bro, the lyricism is so dope sometimes, man, with Cornell. And in the aching night under satellites, I was not received, right? Under satellites, it means like satellites are for what? They're for connection. They connect us to each other across vast distances. So in the aching night under satellites, I was not received. So even with the technology that we build, everything that we use to empower ourselves for connection, loneliness is still an epidemic, and it's getting worse with the creation of technologies built to bring us together. The loneliness seems to get worse. When we looked at Like a Stone, he has a lyric like this too, where he's like, he was by the freeway and yet he felt isolated, empty, right? And the freeway is like all this commotion, right? Life is going by, it's moving fast, but yet I'm paralyzed in spite of that, right? He uses a lot of those, contrast in his lyrics. Guys, that's the hook. And for somebody like me, when the first thing you hear from Audioslave, whoever recommended Like a Stone, you can only go down from there in terms of choruses. In my ability, that's close to, in terms of a hook. You know what I'm saying? You can't really get better. And so, this one, of course, falls short of like a catchy hook or whatever. But I hear what he's saying. He's saying, God, why have you put us here? Well, whatever. God, whatever creator is out there that you believe in, why are we here without a clear role for ourselves? How now shall we live? Right? Are we just on this blue ball shooting through space for no reason? Guys, maybe this is a shot fired at existentialism, right? Which, I've always considered existentialism to be more or less a failed project. This idea that existence precedes essence, that we have to create our own meaning in life, right? Because in order to have meaning in life, you need a narrative structure. You need to know what character you are in the larger story. But if you don't know what the story is, or if you have to build your own story, it's as empty as trying to do your own magic trick. How are you impressed if you're the one doing the magic, right? So he's pleading. He's like, dude, show me the direction. What are we supposed to be doing here? Salute. There's that raised fist again, right? These bands they blend together and overlap a lot. Bro, hear me out. I feel like Audioslave and Rage Against the Machine is one band. I know that there are two bands, but it's like we need both identities, right? How is the revolution going to have any staying power if we haven't done the internal work, right? We have to fix ourselves. We have to know how to live. We have to know how to treat one another. We have to be men and women of integrity, right? So that the revolution stays, so that we don't become the thing that we're revolting against. Because the revolution is only against whoever the revolution is against has forgotten the inner work. And thus, the revolution has to be kind of you know what I'm trying to say, right? Fam, correspond with me in the comments. I want you to to let me know whether or not this theory has some merit there.